Welcome to the Ballroom Dance channel. We are a worldwide community of ballroom dancers who meet here every day to chat all things ballroom dance. Today's topic, true story. When I first got to the championship level, and I was so thrilled, it was a huge comp. I made the semi, I was one out of the final. I was tickled pink until I read an article about that competition in the Dance Beat magazine. And my pros warned me, the better you get, you are going to be up for target practice. So I'm reading, so excited about this comp and all the finalists and what they did well or maybe not so well. And sure enough, whose name shows up on there? My name with my partner. And their assessment of us, the person who wrote this article was, oh my goodness, I just noticed this couple, they just started in championship. They're coming out of the chute so strong. And then I watched closely in the semi and their footwork was atrocious. And I'm like, okay, I've seen the video and I know I'm technically doing the ankles correct and the heels and toes correct. And I would hear other coaches over the years talk about, well, they have good feet. And I was too embarrassed to ask exactly what does good feet mean. But you know what? I could have got better years earlier if someone had broken that bad boy down for me. So here we go. Let me spell it out for you. Okay? So obviously, once you're through syllabus, you got the basic footwork down. What comes next? To go from acceptable, correct, to A+ footwork. Okay, number one is balance. So there's three primary muscles, if this is my foot, that curve your foot sideways. And in ballroom dance, this is a fine oiled machine because you gotta do that while moving, while adjusting to your partner. You gotta time those three muscles as well as your sensitivity to the partner to not wobble back and forth. It's gonna happen. And fellas, I got bad news for you. When you wear high heels, even harder. Okay, next step. Foot tracking. So how your feet relate to each other. So for example, in the Latin dances, generally speaking, we have a foot turn out. Okay, so I'll show you this way. So these little palms are my heels. And these are my toes turning away from each other. And of course, if you ask 10 different former world Latin champions, they'll argue. None of them are going to agree on what angle that's going to be. But I'll tell you this, they're going to agree there's going to be a turnout there. And unfortunately, when I see people in Latin, even if their footwork is correct, they're not doing heels or something real funky. Sometimes they even like turn in when they're doing New Yorker or something. So yeah, no can do. You got to control that foot angle. Now in the ballroom dances, the traveling dances, smooth, this is different. Generally the feet are tracking each other. Let me show this way. So if I look at that two little toes at any given point, they're kind of heading the same direction. So most common problem I see with that foot tracking in the ballroom is suddenly everyone's got turnout that I wish you had in your Latin. Sometimes we get that backwards. So slow it down in your practice and that magic will happen for you. Okay, next up, for the ballroom dances, which is of course my specialty, you need to make sure your feet are connected to the floor at all times. What does that mean? It literally means connected. Okay, so really, unless we're doing a very kind of unusual figure, for example, Rudolph Ronde, développé. Both feet at any given point are going to be, I've heard it, caressing the floor as opposed to lifting and placing. Think about it. You can visualize my feet. If I'm lifting and placing, what on earth is happening to my top line? So, for example, ladies, if you look on the videos and you're like all squirrely up here, it might not actually be a top line issue. You might have a lovely top line, but if my foot tracking is all jacked up, it's not going to be good. Okay, next up, controlling. Okay, final suggestion for going from good to amazing feet, controlling the fall of the foot. So we have dorsiflexion. This is my heel. I'm lifting the toe up. We have plantar flexion. That's lifting up on the ball. And we do both of these in the ballroom dances and most of the Latin is going to be on the ball with the plantar flexion. But either way, if your foot plops down to a flat, Houston, we got a problem. And though technically you're probably doing the correct footwork, if it's not crystal clear from 100 feet away from the judge who is 100 years old and is blind as a bat, no glasses are required for the judges, you darn tootin' better make sure your footwork is crystal clear, that you're doing it correctly. And part of how we do that is to control the fall of the foot. That's also going to give you a lot more controlled action on the top. Otherwise, you kind of got to micromanage the top, and it's not as aesthetically pleasing. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more things ballroom dance. And I am going to follow up with another video, probably hopefully Saturday, on some exercises you can do at home to improve that footwork, because you don't have to do this in the studio while you're dancing. There's plenty of stuff you can do at your desk, at work, watching TV to make this magic happen faster for you. Okay, guys, have an awesome day. Doodles!